Okay, tell us about yourself.
I go by Irate the Great. Um, you could call me Irate for short. My real name is Dominic Tresvant. Um, Live in Bloomington, Minnesota. Um, just started making my own beats about 3 months ago, and started recording my own songs. And yeah, you can find me on SoundCloud.com/Irate the Great.
Okay, so you produce your own music and you write your own songs and everything. What what made you choose to be in the music industry?
Um, well, I just really always enjoyed other people's music. Growing up, I was around music a lot, um, and I always, had a passion for music no matter what it was. I loved, adding music into everything that I do. And so after that, I decided early on that I wanted to make my own music, and I guess here we are making my own music.
So you've been in the music for pretty much your whole life. You've always been around music, right?
Yep. Actually, my dad was one of the first people that I heard play music. Um, he's a keyboard player. He is like, I really take notes when it comes to the way he does things. Um, and he's been producing for a while, and I always saw him mixing and doing his own thing, and it really made me want to do that. So after that, I started becoming my own style and my own persona of music, and from then on I just started figuring out stuff like working with people, doing music, stuff like that.
Okay. So what makes you different from all the other artists?
I would say what makes me different is I'm always, not to say that other people don't, but I always come from a place of my reality where like my personal experiences, and hopefully people can really um, be able to relate to that. Um, so I mean, a lot of my stuff is really like stuff that I'm going through, whether it's depression, whether it's being lost. It's like really a lot of stuff. If you listen to what I'm saying, it's like really really deep stuff, and really stuff that'll kind of like make you think. You know what I mean? But I mean, there's also happy stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Like there's stuff that, like where you just kind of bump the music and really listen to it. So yeah, I definitely think though that my music isn't really like anybody else. I really aim to be different, and I think that's really what makes my music stand out.
Okay, so you have a real emotional bond with your music. You're not just out here making music like everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I feel like anybody can make like a really nice, hip hop beat. You know what I mean? The booms and the claps. You know what I mean? But like after that, it's like, what else? What else are you gonna do with it? So then, I originally started out like that because I didn't know where I wanted to be in music. But after that, I started really listening and really taking my time with each track to figure out where I wanted to put it and how I wanted to stack my music.
Okay. Where are you now with your music?
Right now, I'd say I am getting better. I'm always gonna, try to improve what I'm like really where I am. I'm always gonna improve on the next song, and if I don't, then I'm gonna take notes of what I did on that song to make it better. So I say that I'm always gonna get better. You know what I mean? And yeah, there might be times where you kind of backtrack, but like I feel like there's always room to grow. So
What's next for Irate?
um, what's next is The Great Escape, which is coming out soon. I haven't really given an exact date, but I'm aiming for the end of February to the beginning of March. Also, let's see what else. I'm thinking I'm gonna perform a song that'll be on the project before I actually put it out. So.
Okay. So you said the Great Escape?
Yeah.
Now is that a mixtape or is that an album? And what's on the album? Who's on the album? Is it just you? You know what I'm saying? Tell us more about it.
The Great Escape. I mean, it's almost cliche to say that it's not a mixtape or it's not an album anymore. I feel like a lot of people have gotten to the point where they're like, oh, it's just a project I'm working on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what it is. I mean, it's basically me working, you know, and I was working heavily. I wasn't doing really anything else. Like, I was just focused on that. Like, I was doing other stuff, but that's where my mind was at the whole time. But yeah, with The Great Escape coming up, my dad's featured on a song, which is so awesome. Like, I'm glad that happened because I've always wanted to do a song with my dad, so I think that's really cool. Also, yeah, pretty much that's it. Like, it's just me and my dad. I have other features lined up, but that's not going to be on this tape, and it's about to be, you know, not too many songs, but I mean, it's going to be a good tape. I mean, it's going to be worth listening to, I think.
Okay, cool. And now for these next couple of questions, are just, you know, simple, easy questions, fun questions. The first one is, if you had to listen to one album for the rest of your life, what album would it be?
Wow, that's a good question. And I don't want to say like, oh, anybody. So, gosh, you got me stumped. Let's see, one album to listen to for the rest of my life. It would probably be like, I want to say Gambino, because his music is really, really awesome.
Childish Gambino?
Yeah, I mean, he's really good, so it'd probably be a Childish Gambino album. I like him a lot. Like, I can relate to all his stuff. You know what I mean? There's always something that, you know, when he does it, you know, you're kind of like, yeah, like, I feel that, like, I do that too.
Okay.
Yeah, so probably Childish Gambino.
All right, the next one is, if you could make any song with anyone in the world, who would it be?
Childish Gambino or Chance the Rapper. Like, I mean, I just feel like those guys are really amazing artists. Like, they're really, really good at what they do, and they all have like unique styles. You know what I mean? So I think that's really cool. Also, Alex Wiley, I can't forget about him because he's really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last question is, okay, I want you to fill in this blank.
Okay.
If I wasn't a rapper, I would.
If I wasn't a rapper, I'd probably just be focused on school. Like, that's kind of what I'm doing right now, is being really focused on school. I mean, that's kind of like a boring answer, but like, I feel like I always gotta have a backup plan. So, you know, if I wasn't rapping, I'd probably be doing school, or I'd have to do something with art. And that's like what I'm really aiming towards, is like, you know, if I can't do this, then I'll do that. You know, as long as it has art, because I feel like music is definitely art. And I mean, if you can relate to, you know, a painting, why can't you to music? You know, no matter what kind of music it is, you know.
Okay, that's all we have for today. I want to thank Irate the Great. I wish you luck.
Thank you so much. The Great Escape coming soon.
You don't gotta like me. Right. You don't gotta fight me. Right. Watch me while I keep on going. Right. I can hear them talking while they're saying nothing. It's something like. Right.